Hey guys, this is Team Ubermitch here, and we're signing in from Denny's location. Anyways, so we're going over the Murakumo deck profile.
It got support after a year.
It's decent. It's playable.
It's a clan.
Yep. So our starter is Fugen. His ability is simple. GB1. His GB1, when this unit is standing and this attack missed after it is boosted, move this over to an open back row space at stand. So it's a restanding booster for missing columns. It's pretty decent as it does what the deck wants. It punishes your opponent for guarding pretty much, which is nice in itself. It has another ability that's not GB1, and it's act rest this unit, put back a card, normal unit, from your drop zone, bottom of the deck. If you put back a unit Shadow Stitch, you choose one unit, give it 3k. That's good in the fact that it fixes mishaps. You have one unit in your drop zone that you want in the deck, you put that back. But yeah, so that's our starter. Going on the grade 3s. We play 4 Yasui, Stealth Rogue, Revelation Yasui. His ability is pretty simple. On stride, counterblast 1, call up to 2 copies of a card that's already on board.
He's the best card you guys have.
Debatable. And
he's your best boss.
Still debatable, this guy. We'll get to him. And then his GB2 is once per turn, when a unit will go back to the deck, tuck it back in, call it back out. So it's good if you want to keep units on field. It's somewhat unnecessary, but it depends on the matchup that you're playing. Diablo and other shenanigans. You want to keep an interceptor there, do it. You know. And our backup boss is Arigato Spark. He is the best backup boss by far because he doesn't interfere with the deck. Instead, he helps, even on rear guard. That's the major thing. He has a rear guard ability, which is nice. His rear guard ability, well, we'll go over his GB2. His GB2 on Vanguard only, Shadow Stitch. When this unit misses, you can choose up to 3 units on your field, call up to 3 cards, and then at the end of that turn, those 3 cards go back to hand. Really amazing, but you have to take a turn off stride for it. So it's it's more so if you want to recover and you know they're not going to let you hit. So say your opponent's at 4 or 5 damage, and might have to be at 5, honestly, to guarantee the no hit. He'll get you a decent sized hand. He'll get you +5 for missing. Once again, punishing your opponent for guarding. Moving on to grade 2. Oh, wow, we didn't go over his other skill. His other skill, non-GB, is when you drive check, for any drive check that happens, if you drive check a unit that's on the field, tuck it to the bottom of the deck, draw another card, choose another unit, give it 4k. This ability is good because when you don't want all of your copies in hand. If you have a plan to deck search for your copies, then you want them in deck. With him, it fixes that. You drive check it, you tuck it back in, and you get another card. So you replace a card that you don't want. It also works if you have triggers. Fun fact. For grade 2s, we play 4 Grinjin. He is the best, in my opinion, best 3rd grade 2 slot, simply because he adds early game pressure. Vanguard or rear guard, when this unit is boosted and this unit hits, counterblast 1, call a copy of itself to rear. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but obviously it goes, you let it hit, I get another attack. And 9 times out of 10, you have him in a side slot. Anyways, so with 2 counterblasts, it gets there. This deck is very rush heavy. You have to enable rush, and you want this card on field. Then moving on to our other grade 2s. We play 4 Stealth Dragon Yabahayashi. Anyways, his ability is he has a continuous skill where if you have a Vanguard with Yasui in a grade 4 or greater Vanguard with Yasui in his name, with Yasui in his name, he can attack from back row. Then he has an on placement skill So when this unit is placed Soul Blast 1, this unit gets 11k, and the Shadow Stitch ability, when this unit misses an attack, unflip 1 damage, give another unit 2k. This is great for the Suitenma turn. It's great for knowing that you're going to miss, so you prep, or you force. It's just the number that your opponent wants to guard, because it's 11. It's small enough, 5k shield only, but that 5k shield, it matters to us. So we poke for little numbers and get another unit decent sized numbers while unflipping, maintaining our resource. He's great for any game, any stride really. And then we play 4 dual weapon. He is worth it, in my opinion. 4 of him because he enables early game rush. When you call a grade 1 behind Grinjin, you can call him in the same column as your Fugen. That'll enable you miss, call the grade 1, and then you have a full another column pretty much if they guard, or you can force that pressure so they take the hit. He's also the only card in my deck that enables the double restand for our stride Homura Raider. But yeah, so his ability is on miss, rear guard only, auto on miss. When this unit misses, call a grade 1 or 3 that is on your rear guard circle. After retiring this unit, at the end of turn, that unit goes back to the deck, bottom of the deck. Well, grade 2's out of the way, we're going on the grade 1s. We play 2 Onibashi, Bayashi, whatever. Shut up. Anyways, he has a Shadow Stitch ability, GB1 obviously. When a unit on your field misses an attack, this Shadow Stitch becomes active. The next attack that hits this unit goes into Soul. The next attack, any attack that hits afterwards, this unit can go into Soul and unflip a card. It's honestly in my deck because it provides a little bit more on-hit pressure, and it goes into Soul. That's the major reason. We want to build our Soul for our end game push, so we can use the grade 2 that can attack from back row, the grade 2 Soul Blast 1. So I protect him in at 2 because honestly, whether you get him or not, it doesn't matter. It's a simple help card. And there's the grade 1 space in this deck is pretty tight, seeing as even then I played 3 Stride Fodder because of this. So 3 Stride Fodder, obvious for stride reasons, search for Yasui, all the shenanigans. We like striding, that's why. I mean, because we don't always want to pitch our grade 3s. And we play 4 Lake Diver. Stealthing Lake Diver. You should know his ability, but if you don't. Auto GB1 when this unit is placed on rear guard, call up to 2 copies of this card. I play this card because it's an easy enabler for Homura Raider. That is legitimately the main reason. It's easy for Homura Raider because you're missing pieces. So this just gives me a safe way to have it. Even if I miss one of these, I have other options. This just makes it the safest possible option. And then we play 4 of the unflipped perfect guards because the other perfect guard it drains your resource to go back to hand, which is pretty garbage. But yeah, and this is also a ride target because we Soul Blast. So ride it, get 1 late game. So that's the great ones. We're moving on to triggers. We play 8 crit. All these crits go into Soul. We play the Yasui specific crit. When Yasui swings, when you have a Vanguard with Yasui in the name and it swings, put this unit into the Soul. Vanguard gains 5k. And then we have the put this unit in Soul, Murakumo pretty much, put this unit in Soul and give you 3k to a unit. We play these because there are times when you need just 1 more card in Soul and an extra boost. This specifically gets me card and Soul power to Vanguard and draw, so preferred early game rush. It helps preferred early game rush. This card is just for those specific moments when you need that. And we play 8 crit because we want them at high damage. We want them at 3 damage to 4 by the time we get to Yasui Tenma, because by the time we get to our first stride. Because if we can't go into Yasui Tenma if they're at 3, they hit a trigger, it ends the turn entirely, and that's super annoying. We play 4 stand triggers, 2 of the old, 2 of the more recent one, not really. Scroll of simple ability auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard circle, put this unit to the bottom of the deck. Target 1 rear guard unit. Call up to 2 cards. Call up 2 copies of that unit. Put this unit to the bottom of the deck. This also enables Homer Raider and just getting you a field in general. It helps you during your little wannabe rushes early game and whatnot. That's the main reason why you run it. Homer Raider, to be fair. It helps so much. And then we play 2 of the Spider because Stealth Fiend, Dart Spider, because its ability go into Soul, unflip, it solves 2 of our resource issues, Soul and damage. So it's a plus for us, honestly. Go into Soul, unflip helps us a lot. And then we play 4 heals because that's standard in G Guardians and stuff. And she cute. Now we're moving on to strides. We'll go over the 2 1-ofs. Shiryuki and Ambush Demon Stealth. Only by Raider. Raider? Yeah, Raider. Radar, actually. This ability is simple. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, call a card from your hand, give it 2k, and the continuous ability to swing from back row. This helps so much because with Yasui, you get to call that card and you get to call 2 copies of that card because this happens first before Yasui's skill. Then we have the Shiryuki stride because this card legitimately gets you a field when you don't have anything. If all you can do is stride, so long as you have Yasui or whatever Vanguard you're on in the main deck, you get 1 more card. If it's Yasui, then you can call 2 more copies of that Yasui just to have that field, just to have a little bit more attack pressure and not waste as much hand. That's the major reason for me using her. She is there so you can have a ghost field and not have to waste your hand for it. Great early game stride, late game stride, but you get it. You get the reasons. Then we move into the 2 Murakumo Buster. We play 2 because we can, with my deck, I can easily get the Soul back, and Counterblast is not an issue in this deck at all, honestly. But I can easily get the Soul back, and he can call the Vanguard. So it's pretty simple. It's his major skill is cost. Once per turn, GB2, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 2, you get to call and pitch a card, and then put 1 card from your deck, from your drop zone into your deck. Search for choose targeted unit on the field, call a copy of that unit to the rear guard circle. That unit gets drive check ability. That even works for Vanguard itself. So if I'm on a Yasui or whatever else, I can call that Yasui, that gets drive check. They errated this, so now that unit that you called has to swing first in order to get the drive check, just so you guys know. But yeah, so this card is pretty much like a cheaper version of what's his name, Next Stage, because you get the 5 drive check, and it pretty much pays for itself, so it's not too terrible. The only thing is the Soul, but you can build up your Soul. You can build your Soul back up after that if you just play it the right way. And we're going on to the 4-ofs. We play 4 Homer Raider. Why 4? Because we can. G stride, G assist fodder. You can go into him twice. He just helps simply. It's not terrible to go into him twice. It just 9 times out of 10 you won't. He works as a finisher when they're not necessarily at 5. So you don't want to go into the other guy. But yeah, he does his job, and now we have the super situational double restand, but yeah, 4 of him. He works. If you wanted to, actually, you can take out 2 to put in 2 more 1-ofs, or 2 more copies of each 1-of. Then we play 4 Yasui Tenma. This card is legit the 5 damage finisher. 4 damage if you're ballsy as shit, but 5 damage finisher because this skill is simple. Flip copy of him face up. When any unit swings and misses, counterblast 1. Call a copy of that unit to rear guard. That is it. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but it works when they're at 5 damage because it enables damn near infinite attacks once you have counterblast for it. And with the Glimmer Blast clone, the Soul Blast 1 gain 11k can attack from back row. That makes it amazing because his on miss ability, give 2k and unflip, just continues everything. Those plays continuously flow, and it's great, amazing, fantastic even. And then we go to the G Guardian. We play 2 of the first G Guardian that came out in Fire's Collection. Choose 1 unit on your field. Choose 1 Great 1 or higher unit on your field. Call a copy of it from the deck to the G Guard at the end of that guard step. Put that unit to the bottom of the deck. He works because he sets you up to make sure you don't hit your units that you want copies of, that you want to call copies of from deck and not from hand. He's also a easy, like, he's just an easy fixer. If you want to make sure that you have those units in the deck. They're go to the bottom, so you're not gonna hit them. And then we play the 1 of what's her name? Yasui. She's pretty, in my opinion, not the greatest, but she works out for when Fugen's dead after Fugen loses his usefulness. Her ability is when this unit's put in G-Guard, you can choose any unit in your rear guard circle, call that unit to the Guardian circle, give it 5k, and then you can search your deck for another copy of that card. A lot of people play 2 Fugen for this and Yasui, but it's pretty clunky. This deck is very, very picky about its space, so if you can figure it out, tell me. But otherwise, this card's decent for saving your ass as a 1-of, and that's about it. And that's it. That is Murakumo. Happy to have you guys on Team Movement. Like, subscribe, and we're signing out.